All right, breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. The boxing match between Tank and Jake Paul is officially canceled. Yes, Gervonta Davis and Jake Paul, the fight is called off. Here's what we got. According to reports, the Jake Paul versus Gervonta Tank Davis exhibition fight has been canceled after Davis was hit with new legal allegations, including battery and kidnapping in a civil lawsuit from an ex-girlfriend. So let's give credit where credit's due. And I should go and put myself out there. The first time I heard about Gervonta Davis was was early in his career when he got into some legal trouble, and I probably heard his name a little bit more times than I care to remember. And I'm thinking to myself, they say he's a boxer, he's the next best thing, but quite frankly, ladies and gentlemen, I have heard plenty of boxers who said they're the next best thing, but they always manage to get themselves into some shit. It never fails. So I say, all right, whatever you say. But for that last situation he got into years back when he had shorter hair, that was his last situation. And he has been great since then. Stayed out of trouble and continue to be an elite boxer, especially a knockout artist. So I have to give credit where credit's due. Now, let's get to this situation. Legal allegations, battery, and kidnapping, and this lawsuit is coming from his ex-girlfriend. Ladies and gentlemen, remember what I have always said when it comes to the allegation. Hold on, because I got y'all on the watch. Listen to all victims, only believe the facts. Let me say that again. Listen to all victims, only believe the facts. That way, whoever needs to be held accountable will be held accountable. Yeah, I knew that was going to happen. Oh, well. Yeah, as far as the match goes, the boxing match, I would have loved to have seen it. I like where Jake Paul is going, his progression. I wish he hurry up and actually. Well, let me not say that, because would have been his actual real boxer that he faced. So I'll give him credit for that. But now, do I think Jake Paul was going to win? No. That wasn't going to happen. But this situation, I'm not going to put the narrative that trouble always seems to follow Gervonta. At least in the public eye, we cannot say that, because it's been years since we heard something about Gervonta getting into some real shit. But regarding this, only thing we can say is this: if he's guilty, throw the book at him. If he's innocent, he needs to file some type of civil lawsuit against the ex-girlfriend. That's what I say about that. So that way, somebody will be held accountable regardless. That's how I see it. Shout out to Wody. So this will come up right before the fight. Yeah, it seems it. I understand how people can take it as a shakedown. Like, now you want to say something. You had all the time in the world, but now you want to open your big ass yap. I get it. I totally understand, but we had to. And like I said, I just understand. It's just like bad time. You had plenty of time to file this lawsuit, but that depends when this took place. This took place recently. Okay, I get it. If this happened months or years ago, before this fight was even announced or thought of, then it's gonna be like, all right, this looks corny. But nevertheless, the legal system is not going to acknowledge that part. If I was his attorney, I would, but they're not going to acknowledge that part. So the only thing I would say in all of this is listen to the victims, but only believe the facts. Now, a lot of people, like I said, a lot of people don't like it when I say that. Listen to the victim, but only believe the facts. I don't care. You officially came across a person who does not care. At least the victim gets to be heard. Victims don't deserve to be believed without the facts. Get over it.